Drove it to work like this. Right, so that same 2014 Can-Am Outlander XT. Got a wheel bearing here on the right side that's loose. See it wiggle in there. And so we'll take that apart and slam it into a wheel bearing. Alright, so I couldn't find a way to get the CV axle out. I have this apart for other reasons. Couldn't find a way to get that out when this was all in there. So remove the brake line, remove the caliper, take the, I don't know what you want to call it, kind of like swing arms, independent rear suspension main bolt out. This guy here, not too bad to do. Take the shock bolt off, sway bar link bolt off. Get it to the point where you can just pull this whole lower control arm out of the four-wheeler. Like this here. So we got it to this point, and then from here you should be able to get the bearing pressed out or hammered out. You can see it's all shot. I'll grab a new bearing, but yeah, it looks like, and so looking at this closer, it looks like the bearing probably goes out this way toward the outside of the four-wheeler. There's a clip in here after kind of cleaning some of this up. There's a clip in here, and I was able to get that started with just a flat screwdriver. This clip comes out, and then that bearing, you can see my inner race and stuff, it all come out. This thing is pretty shot. So now we'll pound it the other way, actually flip it upside down like this, and get a socket or something that fits on that bearing pretty well, and we'll pound on it. A 38mm socket. Diameter seems pretty good to fit in there. Gave it a few good whops with a hammer, and it's coming a little bit. Press wasn't a good option just because you can't get it to align nicely with the shape of this thing. So I put a piece of steel down, and, you know, hammered on it some more, and it's coming now. Here it really came pretty far. Get rid of some of the softness, you know, and the hits with the steel there. I'll give it a few more whacks. So I got kind of creative here, and you can see it's starting to come out. Take your time. I got something else to pound on here. I got these pieces from my press. Then I could just line this up and pound on it. It'd come out of there. Eventually I laid it down on the side like that and held here and stood on it. We got it to come out. But there it is. Put the other one in and then put that clip back in there. We'll see how it goes to getting the other one in. I might be able to fit it on my press this way. Just the way this is angled, you know, it doesn't stick out far enough. It's the new bearing. I think you get like a 4-pack of bearings for like 50 bucks. They're probably some cheaper aftermarket, but give it a shot here and see. Looks like it doesn't matter what way it goes in. And we'll work on just getting it in here. I'll have to see how to do it, but something like that, and we'll press it in. Or okay, so I found a way to use the press. $20-ton shop press, central machinery. Basically blocked it up. Used a piece of steel stock, was able to get clearances. The thing is, this This thing is oddly shaped and the bearing's close to this, you know, vertical piece, and it didn't fit very good. But yeah, hammering it in is not a good option. It's not gonna be good. You're gonna end up wrecking the bearing or flattening something out. I think hammering it out's fine as long as you're careful. But I got it to the point where it presses in now. I had to take it out and realign it. But it's going now. And so we'll get it pressed in all the way. Yeah, just the key is making sure it's going in straight. But there, it's almost in. I'll keep going, get it all the way in. So we're to the point where, you know, it's getting pretty far in there. We need something to push on the outer race when pressing in bearings. You want to make sure you're on the outer race. This guy here, not the inner race. They can come apart. So what I did was I took the old bearing, cut a slot in it, and we'll use that as the mechanism to push on the outer race of the bearing. It'll be like this. And I put that slot in there so it doesn't get super tight and we're able to kind of pull it back out. But that's what we'll do. So we'll have at her again. We'll set it up again and keep pressing. So this does take quite a bit of force. As you can see, I did get it started and it is going down. Oh, we'll take a peek to see where we're at. Looks like we are all the way. Now we'll just pull that piece out, see if we can get the clip in. So finally, I just used my slide hammer to pull it out. A couple whacks, pulled it right out. Now we can see the new bearing sitting in there real nice and pretty. Enough room to get the clip back in. Nothing damaged, nothing bent. This is definitely the way to do it. I'll remember this for when I gotta do more. And I'll show just putting a couple simple things back together and probably call it good on this video. So got the main swing arm pivot bolt back in, sway bar link bolt set in place, shock bolt set in place, caliper, you know, the lines, obviously everything's got to kind of get tightened up yet, but yeah, no wiggle, and this is just snugged up kind of by hand, no wiggle, so when it's tightened and everything, you know, it should really be good. But overall, not too bad of a job, pretty simple. I think the hardest part was just actually at this point getting the bearing out because it wouldn't fit in the press the right direction, putting it back in. Luckily we were able to make it work with the tools we had available. But yeah, there's quite a few things that had to get done on this wheeler, front prop shaft, rear prop shaft, this wheel bearing, you know, oil change, whole 9 yards. Kind of go through it to make sure it's going to be good. So there you have it. Stay tuned for more. Yeah.